morning, namaste to all. Welcome to my show. Today we are at our hometown, Kerala. I am at my house. There's a special occasion. Today is my younger nephew's first birthday, so we are celebrating. So we thought we'll call very close relatives for a small feast, taking care of all the COVID norms and all those things. So I thought I'll just show you some bulk cooking as well. So I'm gonna make some chicken biryani. So I'll show you how to do chicken biryani. And again, recently I had a chance to go to Munnar. So a few of my friends who are we are doing some kitchen consulting. So a few of my friends who joined with me, we happened to have biryani from a lot of places in Munnar. Munnar, Tekadi, Kumali and all those places. And then I felt they're doing something wrong there. Biryanis are not that great. The rest of the food, everything is very good, but biryani part I think needs a lot of work. But what I understand is what they do is they basically just saute some chicken, make a chicken gravy and the rice separately. Rice will be cooked very nicely and a lot of flavors are added, a lot of essence is added. But again, rice part is fine. But what they do is the chicken part, no. They make a gravy and all they do is they put the gravy in the plate, top it up with some rice and give. And that is not how biryani is done. So I thought I'll just show you around how to do a proper biryani. So the whole setup is ready. So let's start. So we'll just switch on the gas. Okay, the pan is hot, so we'll add some oil into it. We'll add some ghee as well. Garam masala into it. Bay leaves, cinnamon sticks. Now let's saute it. One more mistake people tend to do when they make biryani is they don't cook the ginger garlic paste. It's very important to cook the ginger garlic paste. I hate it when I have that raw ginger garlic kind of flavor. Not at all appetizing. I'm putting 2 tablespoons of ginger garlic paste. If required, we can add a little bit later. Some green chilies as well. So first we start with some chili powder, turmeric, then a little bit of cumin powder. Let this masala cook for some. You can add a little bit of salt for it to cook properly, cook evenly. Masala seem to have cooked a little bit, so we'll add a little bit of garam masala as well to the mixture. So I've got 3 kgs of chicken and then I've marinated it with curd, chili powder, turmeric powder, garam masala. So I've marinated it overnight. It's always good to marinate the chicken because the chicken will get that flavor of the masala. And I've added some salt as well, so it will give that good flavor. So now what we need is the tomato to our chicken. Okay, so I've added the chicken. Chicken is about 20% cooked now. So we'll add a little bit of kivda water to it. I'm doing a North Indian version of it. In South India we don't use it, so we can use other flavorings as well. Kivda water gives a good flavor to it. Very little, don't do much. Chicken is cooking. Chicken is 70% cooked. Now I'm going to switch off the gas. Now let it be like that. See, look at the consistency. I don't have much of gravy, but the chicken is cooked. The gravy is cooked. You can see the oil coming out. The chicken is cooked. So what I will urge you guys is to do this part at least, and don't do just gravy. Put the gravy and top it up with rice. Doesn't taste at all good. So what you need to do is make it this way, where the onion is properly cooked. It is mashed. Onion, when it's cooked with oil and ghee, it gives an amazing flavor. The chicken is done. So what I've done is I've kept some water to boil so that I can cook my rice. So the water is hot. We can put some of our whole garam masala, cardamom, some bay leaves, cinnamon sticks, and we'll add a little bit of ghee into this so that the rice does not stick. Salt is very, very important. Rice needs to have salt. Flavoring, we'll add some kevda water. It will give a very good flavor to the rice. A little bit of ginger garlic paste as well. It will give some flavor to the rice. So I tend to add a little ginger garlic. Add a little bit of coriander leaves as well. Our rice, I had washed it and had actually kept it for soaking for about 30 minutes. The rice has nicely soaked. Our rice. Almost ready. So in this method, the rice is not cooked too much. What will happen is the first layer will mash up. So rice is done now. So I'll just switch it off. I'll layer it. Ensure that the moisture content in the rice is more. Some very nice golden brown fried onion. You need to understand that the rice is still cooking. So the second layer is also done. So now what we will do is we'll top it up with some more coriander leaves and mint leaves. A little bit of oil. I've used this oil to deep fry the onion. Just chopping it up. Give it a proper dum. So if you keep the temperature too high, the bottom layer will get burned. So very, very less fume, but it has to go for a very long period of time. So my this particular vessel is a very heavy bottom vessel, so I don't need. Usually people what they do is they put a tawa and on top of that they put this. So that is also not required for this because it's a very heavy bottom and I'm making very less quantity. This is the moment of truth. So this biryani has been kept on dum for about 30 minutes now. So let us open it and see. Wow. So whenever you open a biryani, ensure that you don't break it completely. So always make sure that you open the biryani from one end. So one end you just keep it inside, put it inside and see. Just roll it over. Wow, the rice looks really good, fluffy. Let us give it a taste. The rice is cooked perfectly. Now let's see for some biryani pieces and check whether it is done or not. It looks good. Let us see. It's cooked perfectly. Wow. So this is how you want. The pieces are cooked very well, but it does not break. So it has its character, as well as the rice has cooked perfectly. So that is how you make biryani, not just gravy. I promise you, this kind of biryani if you give, people will really enjoy. The thing is, see, I've seen this a lot and I feel for it many a times. Whenever I go to a restaurant and have some food, what I feel is, people who are making it do not give complete justice to the food that they put your soul into it. Like, if it is your profession, ensure that, let the standard come up. I see, since we're doing a lot of kitchen consulting these days, so I see a lot of amazing entrepreneurs who want to do really good food. People from different background who are not at all related to food. They want to come and invest on food because I personally feel that they don't see the quality improving. So that is what I want to communicate. It's very simple. I have made it with very simple ingredients, simple setup, but amazing results. So thank you so much guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I loved making the whole biryani. Thank you so much guys. This is Subin signing off. Bye.